Hello, welcome to a Thursday Business News Report. We now start with news across Nigeria as the International Monetary Fund has increased Nigeria's growth prospect to 2.6% and also 2.7% for the year 2021 and 2022, respectively, despite reducing the rate of global growth prospect due to the COVID-19 Delta variant. According to the recently released October 2021 World Economic Outlook report, the growth forecast for Nigeria is originally pegged at 2.5% this year and 2.6% for next year. However, in view of 3.7% which is recorded for this year and 2022 growth forecast for sub-Saharan Africa, Nigeria is 1.1% behind in this year and also 1% behind for next year. Despite a slight positive outlook for Nigeria, the IMF has also slightly downgraded global growth projections for this year by at least 0.1 percentage points to 5.9%, while the global growth forecast for next year remains unchanged at 4.9%. And now in this next report, the Debt Management Office says that the federal government will offer 150 billion naira bonds for subscription in the month of October. A circular by the DMO shows that the breakdown of bonds consisted of 3 bonds worth 50 billion naira each, as the bonds qualify as securities in which trustees can invest under the Trustee Investment Act and as a liquid asset for liquidity ratio calculation for banks. According to the DMO, the bonds, which would be auctioned on the 20th of this month, have a settlement date of October the 22nd, with the units of sale at 1,000 naira per unit, subject to a minimum subscription of 50 million and 1,000 and in multiples of 1,000 thereafter. The bonds also qualify as government securities within the meaning of Company Income Tax Act and also the Personal Income Tax Act for tax exemption for pension funds, amongst other investors. And now, the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry says this year's Lagos International Trade Fair has also been scheduled to hold on the 5th and 14th, between the 5th and 14th of next month at the Tafawa Balewa Square, with the theme Connecting Businesses, Creating Value. The LCCI Vice President and Chairman Trade Promotion Board, Gabriel Idahosa, who made the disclosure at a press conference in Lagos, explains that over 200,000 visitors are expected at the fair, while 1,500 exhibitors from 16 countries with an exhibition space of at least 28,000 square meters will be at the TBS Center for the 10-day period. Mr. Idahosa also said that the fair, which is the 35th edition since inception, will grow trade and investment among small and medium-scale enterprises and give some full activation to the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement.
Me from Fedan. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much.
One of the reasons why we had the trade fair last year, in the middle of the fear of COVID, was that the state government said they cannot afford to lose the economic impact of the trade fair, and said that the Lagos State Safety Commission should work with us to address all COVID safety protocols, because the impact of the trade fair is phenomenal for the government. They know what the trade fair brings to the Lagos economy every year. And so that's perhaps the most significant testament of the value of the trade fair as seen by a third party, the state government.
We firmly believe that the safety during the COVID is in our own hands, and we as a company offer the products which the fellow Nigerians can use to safeguard themselves from the situation, and we want to propagate that more through the Lagos Trade Fair. Lagos Trade Fair happens to be one of the biggest conglomerate or the association of people in Lagos on an annual basis, and we hope to convey the benefits, the protocols to go ahead with during this event and make the people aware about the COVID guidelines.
Well, that's now time to bring you highlights of trade in midweek, as booming trades in companies, equities and government securities have continued to increase the stock of wealth for market players. Market editor Effiong Ekop reports.
Bullish runs remains at the nation's stock market, where bargain hunting stays hot with the banks. Investors expecting to harvest dividends from third-quarter business results of companies moved to book huge trades in major sectors of the stock markets. The shares of First Bank, UTI, GT Company Holdings and Fidelity crowded several investment baskets. Apart from the banks, manufacturing and trading companies also recorded gains on their stock prices. Market index hit up at 0.36%, indicating strong gains for quoted companies. The volume of shares traded moved above 400 million units, drawing market value of 4.42 billion naira. Top trade losers at the close of business included Sovereign Insurance, FTN Cocoa, ABC Transport, Regal Insurance, and Universal Insurance. Efyong Ekop TVC News, Lagos.
And on the flip side now to the international market, Asian shares were also on edge midweek as worries about soaring power prices fueling inflation weighed on sentiment and drove expectations the United States would taper its emergency bond buying program holding the dollar at a one-year high. MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan rose 0.1% in early trading, steadying after falling over 1% a day earlier in what was its worst daily performance in 3 weeks. Moves were muted in most markets and the Chinese blue chip was also flat. Australia eked out about a 0.06% gain, while Japan's Nikkei shared about 0.2%. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index was also closed in the morning because of a typhoon and the shares slipped on Wall Street overnight. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 0.34%, the S&P 500 lost 0.24% and Nasdaq Composite dropped 0.14%. While gold was also steady ahead of the data from the US with the spot price up 0.04% to hit $1,760 an ounce in the middle of this month's range. Well, that's it from the business desk. Many thanks for watching so far.